Some say that this small stretch of river in Yorkshire has a 100% fatality rate, and anyone who has the misfortune to dunk themselves in that fizzy brown water isn't coming out alive. Some say that in parts of the river it is just 2 metres wide but as deep as 2 double-decker buses. Some people say the water is 90% tears and sweat, made up from the people who are trying to get fit before lockdown ends and they come out for summer. All we know is it's called the Strid. This is the Strid, a small stretch of river on the River Wharfe near Bolton Abbey. It's very fast flowing at the moment and swollen because of the recent rains we've had. So it's not as menacing. What's menacing about this river is how calm it can get, how placid and idyllic it looks. I did bring my big telescopic sea angling rod and my GoPro with its floaty bit on the back. And the plan was to attach the GoPro to the end of the fishing rod, come up here where it's rough and stick it in and see if we can have a look around, but it's running so fast, and because of the recent rains, all the sides slope in. It's not a sharp drop, it's pretty sloped over, so one false move and I would just slip in there. I've got nobody with me, I don't have a life vest, so this experiment will have to wait for another time. It's in spate at the moment, so it's running very fast, and it gives you some idea of the power of this thing. There's a lot of water and it's a wide river, as you can see. And then it narrows down to this tiny little area here. Right, don't go too near edge, mate. That's how we get logged off. There's no, don't matter if you're best spear fisherman or free diver in the world, you're done for. Because the whole river, it comes down as a normal river should, and then it is forced through this narrow channel, and what the river does is it turns on its side and it has carved out the bottom, and so some people say it's as deep as 2 double-decker buses. And this isn't where it ends. The river will be underneath me now because it's carved out so many little tunnels and caves because of the pressure on it. It's like holding your thumb over the end of a hose pipe. You know, you let go and it flows out. You restrict it and the pressure is a lot harder, a lot faster. We'll have a look at the river on a calm day. It looks so unassuming, as you can see. But what's happening is 5 foot below the surface, it is flowing very quick. So if your head's on the top and your feet are dangling down there, the river will just catch your feet and it will just suck you down under. You get little holes where stones will be washed around like in a washing machine. It'll just eat away at it. It's terrifying. There are so many bubbles here. It's frothy. It looks alive. It looks dangerous. And because of the amount of bubbles as well, that affects your buoyancy. If you've got so many bubbles around you, all that is air. So you're not as buoyant in frothy, bubbly water and lively water. That, coupled with the fact that it's a raging torrent underneath, man.
There's been many lives lost to the Strid over the years. One of the most famous cases is in 1998. Barry and Lynn Collette were hiking along the wharf on the second day of their honeymoon when disaster struck and the water levels rose an estimated 5 feet in less than a minute because of heavy rains the previous night. Lynn was found 6 days later in West Yorkshire. Barry wasn't found until over a month later, 10 miles downstream. The oldest known legend of the Bolton Strid dates back to 1154 when a young man named William de Romley attempted to leap across the Strid while out on a solo hunting trip. When he missed his mark, he was swept under, never to be seen again. As the legend has it, William's mother was so grieved by the loss of her son that she donated the surrounding land to a community of Augustinian monks so that they would pray for her son's soul. Those monks went on to found the famous Bolton Abbey. This tale was immortalised by the poet William Wordsworth in his poem The Force of Prayer. This striding place is called the Strid, a name which he took of yore. 1,000 years hath it borne that name, and shall 1,000 more. And hither is young Romley come, and what may now forbid that he perhaps for the 100th time shall bound across the Strid. He sprang in glee, or what cared he that the river was strong and the rocks were steep, but the greyhound in the leash hung back and checked him in his leap. The boy is in the arms of Wharf and strangled by a merciless force, for never more was young Romley seen till he rose a lifeless corpse.
I do a lot of wild swimming in random places on my channel, and I know that a lot of people see me and then feel inspired to go out and do it themselves. This is a warning that not all is what it seems. You might look at this stretch of river and think, oh, that's idyllic, I'll get in there and let it float me down. And I'd do the same. For example, there's only 2 warnings on these trees here. Nothing on this side. If I'd have hammock camped, for example, up in them trees, I've woke up in the morning, I've found this place for the first time, it's calm, it looks idyllic, I'll think, right, I'll get GoPro on my head, I'll jump in at the top and I'll let it take me all the way down. But that would be the last time I ever did that. So it's about safety as well, it's about knowing the rivers that you're going swimming in, because although it might look placid, calm and lovely on top, you do not know what's going on underneath, because not only is there a rapid current underneath, you can have detritus, bits of trees and whatnot all flowing really quick underneath you. I don't want people to look at my videos and go wild swimming and not come back. It is the most dangerous stretch of river in the world, and look at it, unassuming, and that's what makes it so dangerous, because people think, oh, it's only 2 meters or a meter. In places, I'll just jump over it, it'll be fun. Or I'll just go for a little dip in there to cool off, it'll be nice. Control, Alt, Delete, game over. I've got the utmost respect for this stretch of river. It's stunning. It's like something out of Lord of the Rings, but it demands respect. That was cool. I'm glad I could show you the River Strid. I'm going to start showing you little bits, different parts of my Yorkshire, and the things that I find interesting in and around the county that I live in, so stay tuned for that. I hope you're all doing well, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you on the next one. Au revoir. John Snowdrop.